Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a double take production here for round number 7 of the GPS rugby competition all the way down in Australia in merry old Queensland. My name is Martin Lippiatt, and joining me for this round 7 top of the table clash is Nick Darvaniza. Nick, welcome.
Thank you very much, Marty. Again, wonderful to be here. It's turned out to be a ripper day out at Ross Oval and Nudgee College.
Absolutely, mate, and we are way up in the sky, courtesy of Nudgee College, which is an absolutely phenomenal angle, and you'll get to see it on our live stream today. But an absolutely massive top table clash here, Nick. One of these teams will not be in equal first place next week.
Yeah, that's right. Both of these teams had their destiny in their own hands in leading up to the last 3 rounds. Both these teams are exceptional teams. Neither of them have finished below third place since 2006, I believe. So it's going to be a crack again.
Oh, absolutely. And we look at them, they're both 4-1. Obviously, Nudgee going down to BBC in round 5 and TSS going down in round 4 against Gregory Terrace. Gregory Terrace still in quite fine form. And we have a look at the overall points for the season. Very interestingly, you got to side a little bit more with St Joseph's Nudgee College. They do have 10 more points for the for and against, so I think we're going to be in for a very, very close game today.
That's right. Everything about these two teams stacks up as being almost totally even. Matchups from Team A and Team B are perfectly suited, and that should just make a wonderful game, so I really look forward to get onto it when the players are ready.
Absolutely, and we're going to go through the team list now. We'll start with the home side for Nudgee College taking the field, and wearing the number 1 jersey will be Lachlan Campbell. Number 2, Joseph Cotton. Number 3, Blake Shoup. Number 4, Thomas Jeffries. Number 5, Josh Delacourt. Number 6, Ethan Balmer. Number 7 will be Brody Woodward. Number 8, Joseph Small. Number 9, halfback will be Phoenix Hunt. At number 10, and captain will be Augustus Rangahuna. At number 11, we've got Tyrrell Douglas Demdick. Number 12 will be TJ Menny. Number 13, Semzi Tupo. Number 14, Ryan Shepherd. Number 15, William Malala. And when we cross over to have a look at the visitors for TSS, at number 1 and captain for the visitors, Declan Day. Number 2, Jed Eglinton. Number 3, Egan Seeks. Number 4, Jack Butler. Number 5, and vice captain, Angus Blythe. Number 6, Josh Tonkin. Number 7, Finn McElroy. Number 8, Tipan Mavoa. And we go into the backs. For number 9, halfback, it's Ted Stewart. Number 10, Campbell Parada. Number 11, Dan Burns. Number 12, Noah Lolesio. Number 13, Tautau Kapia. Number 14, Cohen Dovey. And number 15, and also vice captain, is Max Dowd. Now, we have seen TSS a few times this season already, Nick. This will be a big occasion for Nudgee. Obviously, it is their old boys' day out here, and I have to say parking came at an extreme premium.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't the easiest place to find a park, but as we see, fans are still streaming in now. Marty, there are a few players right now that have massive roles in the game. The matchup between the two 10s, Campbell Prada and Augustus Rangahuna, the outside centres, Smisi Tupo and Tautau Kapea. Everything about this game is leading towards an exceptional game of high-quality rugby.
Absolutely, and we hear very vocal crowd this afternoon, and obviously, without any further ado, reffing today's match will be the one and only Rowan Hoffman. He's been a phenomenal referee so far this season, obviously in the Brisbane Premier Grade competition, and it's great to see those high-level refs getting around the schoolboy rugby as well. And Hoffman, Nick, is no slouch. I don't think he's going to let much get off his radar today.
No, it should be a very wide-open game as Campbell Prada looks to kick off his second game in the position with the return of Ethan Lolesio.
Hoffman blows the whistle. Parada for the start kick. It'll go high. Oh, and that's going to be trouble straight off the bat.
Yeah, very anxious from Jack Butler there to get the hit on. He was man of the match last time Southport played against Brisbane Grammar School, a 67-7 win.
Obviously, Nick, both teams having their last rounds they played good wins. Obviously, Nudgee 38-8 against Churchie, and an astronomical scoreline for TSS 67-7 against Boys Grammar. Brisbane Grammar School, I beg your pardon. Is it? Good Nudgee line out. It'll go through the hands of Hunt.
Nice carry from Bullimore.
Nudgee putting a fair few bodies into the breakdown, but yeah, good kick there from the captain Rangahuna. And Nudgee, they're pouncing on it. They're not giving TSS any options, but Off will call the penalty against them, diving in, going off their feet.
It's a shame. Such great lead up with the great kick from Augustus Rangahoon and the great tackle from Samisi Tupou. You'd have to wonder if that's a strategy Nudgee are going to employ more throughout this match as they put the feelers out.
And it'll be Parada.
The Western Australian.
Parada kicks for line. He'll find it. It'll be a TSS line out just on the halfway side of the 40-metre line. Tough conditions here for Eglinton. He throws in. Nudgee do well to turn it over. A vocal crowd got him there. Hunt. Good charge there from the number 6, Bulmore. Hunt working it out. Puts it through the hands. Bit of a loose ball. But Tupou holds on to it.
3 penalties in the opening 2 minutes.
So obviously there's a lot riding on this match. It looks like there was a lot riding on the second 15 match before this, but I think it's a big deal, especially with the weeks coming up for both of these teams, Nick.
Yeah, that's right. Nudgee have got a nightmare stretch to finish their season with Southport this week, State High next week, and then to finish with Gregory Terrace.
Cotton will go in. Oh, great hands from Southport. They might have turned that one over. They've done well. From the back, there's Stewart. Bit of a floppy pass there from McElroy. Goes out. Great tackle there on the centre. Kapia. Little cheeky kick out for exit. He won't find it though.
Malala.
Good charge followed up by Shepherd. Hunt from the back. He's got all the forwards lining up in the channel, and that'll be Shoop. Hunt. It's Rangahuna. Nudgee looking very dangerous here as they come through. Hunt hits Rangahua again. The captain offloads it to the centre, Many. Nudgee keeping Southport down in their end of the field, making them work very hard in defence here. Hunt.
Penalised again.
And, I think it's fair to say, Nick, that the Nudgee boys out there are getting very, very energetic from the home crowd advantage here today.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams are really looking to sort of put their influence on the game. One thing I've noticed in the lineouts so far, neither team has their hooker throwing the lineouts. For Nudgee College, it's tight head prop Blake Shoop who's throwing the lineouts, who was last year's hooker. And Southport in the same position with Finn McElroy throwing in, also 2015's hooker.
Oh, another sloppy line out there. Nudgee will knock it down. So we'll come to our first scrum of the day. Now, what are you expecting to see out of our first scrum today, Nick?
It's really too hard to tell at this point, Marty. These teams look so evenly matched. The fact that Southport have an Australian schoolboy playing in the seconds does sort of signal they might have a bit of an advantage here. But as I said, too early to tell. We'll have to find out after this. The Nudgee boys reckon Penny Marvoa will be carrying the ball.
Stewart feeds. Nudgee, an impressive push. It'll cartwheel. Stewart will pick it out the back. He'll find the hands of Parada. Swinging it out wide. Good line speed from Nudgee in defence. Here comes Dovey.
And hasn't Samisi Tupou had an impact on this game in the opening 5 minutes? Securing the turnover and making the tackle.
Great work there from Samisi Tupou.
Yeah, obviously very talented player. Maybe unlucky to miss out on Queensland selection this year. As Nudgee kick for the corner. Will this be the time they crack the defence?
Well, Daniel John Dudes, good afternoon to you also on the live stream. You know, guys, if you are watching us from anywhere in the world, give us a shout out on the comments. We'll do our best to say hi. But it's going to be, we're going to go back to it now. It's going to be TSS battling it out of their 22. Stewart Puts it into the boot. Campbell Parada kicks it down, and all he'll find is Malala. Malala, a bit of a step to the inside, but he's met by a great defensive line with Joseph.
Yeah, definitely marked up on very well, Willie Malala there in his first game back from a hamstring injury.
And we can see on the penalty count there, it's 2-4. And that's a penalty a minute, Nick, for the last 6 minutes. And I know the passions are running pretty high here because there's a lot running on this, potential premiership. If we fast forward at 3 weeks, this could be the one that decides it. But Hoff won't sit idly by and let them keep doing this.
Yeah, one thing to consider, though, in that is there have been a few penalties turned over in the breakdown. I mean, that's a reward for the other team's open side back rowers. So, is it their fault? Maybe, maybe not. As TSS line up the kick. Campbell Parada is a bit of a goal-kicking prodigy from Western Australia.
Parada, 37 out. Parada strikes. It'll be unsuccessful.
Yeah, just across the face there. It's an unfortunate miss from a very talented kicker. Maybe I put the mocker on him. Sorry, Campbell.
Well, I think one of the big things that I've noticed this far into the match, it'll be the territory, Nick, and Nudgee roll the dice. They've come out on top there, and we're seeing almost a 90-10 sway there for territory. And Nudgee now, they're going to get the ball back into the Southport side of things. But here's a thunderous run from the number 8, Mavoa.
Met well by Jeffries.
Didn't shy away. Little bit of kick there from Parada. Pinpoint accuracy from the 5'8". Exactly what the visiting side needed.
Yeah, Southport just looking to even up the territory scores at the moment. Get it back into the sort of half-half territory you'd want.
Shoot the throw. Shoot puts it up. Good throw there from the hook, but it's going to be cleaned up by Mavoa. Mavoa 10 metres out. They're going to work down the short side. Bit of a wayward ball. It'll find the hands of Blythe, the vice-captain, and he'll take it to 6 metres out. There goes Stewart. Little inside ball. But it'll be knocked on. Great play from the Southport school. They really took advantage, Nick, of the territory that they have so rarely had in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly the display you want to see from a team when they get their first sniff of possession and territory. They're having a crack. Great skills in front of the goal line as well. Just not quite executing perfectly there. I'm
really liking how Ted Stewart around the back of the breakdown. He's being very resourceful, and he is 10 minutes in, he's already tried about half a dozen different things to try and pierce through the Nudgee defence when they've had the ball. So very impressive there from the halfback. But it'll be Phoenix Hunt.
Declan Day on Blake Shoop on the close side to the camera. Both Queensland representatives. Both very talented front rowers. As Phoenix Hunt looks to feed.
Penalty going against Southport there. Early engage, calls Hoff.
Yeah, a bit of a let-off there for Nudgee College. Southport would be disappointed with that.
Absolutely, Nick, because now that pressure that they had the opportunity to build up has been let off. And great kick for line there, and it'll be a Nudgee line out.
Bit of confusion there.
Oh, great hands there from the number 4, Jack Butler, but it wasn't meant to be. And Hoffman will call it not straight, so it's going to be a Nudgee scrum.
Well, consecutive set-piece errors there from Southport have just given Nudgee 60 metres with an attacking platform again.
I think the big thing for me, Nick, is I'm waiting till about the 20-minute mark when we see the team start to settle down and start playing their proper game. I think we've seen it's been very energetic schoolboy rugby, a lot of excitement in the boys, a lot of angst. I'm just waiting for them to kind of simmer down and start playing the games that they've played for the last 6 rounds, because I think that's when we're going to start seeing some fantastic set pieces.
Yeah, that's right, because the stakes are so high for this match. It really is loser goes home.
Phoenix Hunt leads it at the back. Hunt. Good little run there from the winger, Douglas. Nudgee have possession. Kick from the captain, Rangahuna. It goes down, taken back into touch, but they're going to work their way up. Bit of a kick in play from Southport School, and it will roll, but not find the line. Nudgee, they'll put in a kick of their own now.
The line drive.
Safe hands, Parada. Parada puts the kick in from his own 40. He's going to cross the field with it. A few sketchy bounces, but it'll be regathered. Nudgee are going to finally stop the kicking game, and they're going to charge in with TJ Meni in the lead. They're approaching the halfway line. Hunt. Options lining up here for Hunt, but it'll be a penalty against the home side.
Phenomenal work. Tautau Capello over the ball, isolating Josh Dalcourt.
And I think it's a good option here to see, Nick, that they're looking for the line, and they're going to try and back the line-out option instead of trying to hunt for those elusive 3 points 40 metres out.
Yeah, that's right. 13 minutes in, neither team's really been able to make an impact in their team's defence. It's just been almost a stalemate. Both teams going very close as we bring up the territory and possession stats.
Like you said, we look at the possession there. Obviously, Nudgee 63-37. I think that'll come down to the amount of penalties that Southport have given away, but it'll be Southport in possession now. They're going to work it out through the hands. Good line speed. Big hit on Dan Burns there, but TSS will hold on to possession. Stewart from the back.
Strong line speed.
Puts it into the hands of Siggs. Stewart, he's going to come back down the short side once more. Here's Mavoa. Mavoa somehow flops it out to find Tonkin. Oh, that was a crafty bit of play there from Nudgee. Stewart stripped of the ball. Hunt finds his forwards just outside the 15-metre line. Good run there from Shoop. But it'll be the captain, Rangahuna, goes for the kick. Great work from TSS. Going to slowly work their way up now. Some very resourceful rugby from the visitors. Mavoa at the back. Mavoa picks and drives, but he's met by a wall in the form of Brodie Woodward. Nudgee putting on some fantastic defence here. They're pushing.
Oh, ambitious attempt in the turnover from TJ Meni. Obviously, younger brother of Australian schoolboys flanker Kalala Meni from last year's Nudgee 15. But gee, what an effort for him. Made the tackle, just couldn't quite get the turnover.
The thing that's impressing me the most, Nick, with this defence from Nudgee is even though Southport were holding on to possession, they were getting slowly pushed back. These Nudgee backs are coming up with a lot of line speed, and they're smothering the TSS backline. Now, we saw this when brothers were playing University of Queensland in the finals, that really crazy line speed. And it really, if you've got a talented backline, it smothered them for any free space. So, Nudgee, they've come in with the game plan, and it seems to be working. They're going to get the line out here.
Jeffries again at the line out.
And Shoop will end up with the ball in hand. Here they go. Working their way up now on the counter-attack. Hunt from the back. Good kick from Rangahuna. But ball knocked on. Dan Burns will take it into contact. He's striding through the defenders like a hot knife through butter. Stewart finds Mavoa. Mavoa offloads. Stewart from the back. Puts in the hands. Mavoa finds himself in the receiving position. And that was a good strip from Nudgee. They've turned it over. Here's Small.
Far too high in the tackle there from Declan Day.
TSS now on the defensive yet again. Captain's kick, Rangahuna.
Out on the full. Not the kick you would have hoped.
The TSS line out here. McElroy to feed. Great throw there. Stewart quickly gets it out. They need to work quick here. Here come the Nudgee defence. Good depth. They're slowly trying to work through the available space. Stewart. Stewart gives it to Tonkin. And he'll take it in, but he's smothered there by that Nudgee defence. Here they come. Mavoa. A lot of bodies in the breakdown, but Stewart will pluck it out. They're going to send it through the hands. Good work here from the visitors, but they're going to knock it on. Slippery hands from Dan Burns will knock it on. It'll give Nudgee an opportunity to start battling it out of their half. A very interesting statistic we're seeing here. It's going to be the turnovers conceded, Nick. And TSS, they are just giving the game away a bit to Nudgee here. 5 turnovers to 1. And now we've got another penalty against them. So TSS a bit sloppy in the breakdown.
Yeah, lack of execution will really be killing Mike Wallace, the TSS head coach, in the 18th minute. One thing I wanted to point out, Marty, was that the work of the Nudgee forwards and slowing down that ball is giving their backs not out.
Dangerous times here. Dan Burns, bit of a kick in. And here comes the Southport defence, but it's going to be Malala. Puts a little kick in. Loose ball there. Have to wait for an official call from Hoffman. A lot of players in the mix. We've got a touch judge flag up. We've got balls being knocked on. But it's going to come right back, and it's going to be a Nudgee scrum in the TSS half, Nick. So, what a fantastic run there from Willie Malala.
That's right. Nudgee's outside back's been quite threatening. I mean, it's been a stalemate kind of game so far, but the backs have been pushing the limits. I mean, Mr. Tupos had a few great runs. Willie Malala showing off he's got the gas back in his return match.
Well, I have to say, bar that one kick that went out in the full, Rangahuna, his kicking game's been pretty strong as well. The kicking game from both teams has been very strong. I guess that's why we're 20 minutes in, it's still 0-0. But we're going to come back to the scrum now. Phoenix Hunt. And you got to really admire Rowan Hoffman there. He's really he knows that there's a lot of things riding on this game, and especially when you got these young, almost so over-enthusiastic guys, you've got to give them a little bit of leeway here because, they're trying to do the right thing, but they're letting the emotions get a bit better of them. He's doing a fantastic job. Hunt puts the ball in. Small will link up with Hunt. Hunt will go to the back. He'll find the captain who dances around an incoming defender. Hunt lining his options up, but he'll put it into Jeffries. And Jeffries will steamroll in to Mavoa, who's got to release the man. Stewart. Oh, great little kick there from Rangahuna. Little grubber will roll away. But it looks like a little good kick there from Cohen Dovey. They'll put it out, they'll kick for the exit. So, Nick, I'm finding it so impressive, this the pressure that Nudgee are asserting on TSS in this first 20 minutes. They have absolutely stuck it to them every time they get a little bit of a sniff.
In every facet of the game as well.
Shoot. Shoot will go up, find the man at the front, being Jeffries. They're going to swing it out now. A bit of an inside ball, a thundering run. Here goes Hunt. He's got options. Shoop will be the best one. That's a silly one to be given away there. It's close proximity.
And right in front.
Rangahuna. Take it in. And it looks like it's going to be the breakdown etiquette that's really hurting this TSS side, Nick.
Yeah, and it's been consistent as well. One positive thing I want to point out, Marty, is the work of Ethan Bollymore, the blindside flanker for Nudgee, and lock Thomas Jeffries. I'm sorry, Sam Jeffries is his brother. Both carrying very, very well in attack. And in Jeffries' case, excelling the line out as well with that steal we saw earlier.
Absolutely. Going to be Rangahuna, the captain. Only sound across the ground is the wind. Rangahuna, 21 metres out. He'll strike, and that'll be flags. First points going to the home side. Nudgee College leading TSS 3 points to 0. 22 minutes down on the clock.
Yes.
And absolutely brilliant defensive efforts from both sides, I have to say. They're putting up so much, and I'm guessing that's why the only points we've seen have been penalties so far.
Marty, this whole season, I don't think we've seen a team last 20 minutes without conceding a try in GPS Rugby, especially not the opening 20 minutes.
Well, so far this will be the closest thing to a grand final, this competition. And that'll be a sensational take there from Angus Blythe, the vice-captain. Stewart. Quick hand sends it out. Some quick feet from Alessio. Stewart. Stewart, inside ball. But Jeffries will batter the man down. Bit of a run there from the prop and captain Declan Day. They're going to swing it out there. Some loose passing. And that'll be a knock on against CSS. Nudgee have got some momentum now. They push over halfway. Hunt. Ball bounces. It'll find its way out to the number 8, Small. It'll be put down in a very big way. They're going to spread it wide. Here's the dead man, Malala. Ball still alive. TSS have got it. Bit of a cheeky kick there from Dan Burns. Nudgee didn't have anyone back. The ball's bouncing a little bit too much for comfort, but they're going to swing it out wide. Impressive tackling from the TSS guys, Nick. They are really sticking the tackles, and I guess that's why we're not seeing, many missed tackles this match. Hunt. Little bit high there around the shoulders. We can hear the crowd reacting. Phoenix Hunt. He'll go himself. But we're going to come back. And that's not the first one we've seen this match, Nick, so I'm going to be interested to see what Hoffman's got to say about this. Rowan Hoffman, very firm, Nick, and I don't think he can afford not to be.
Yeah, certainly drawing a line in the sand there to both captains, Rowan Hoffman. As we take a quick drinks break.
Well, we've got 9 minutes left here in the first half. So, Nudgee so narrowly ahead. And, when we have a look at something with the possession of this game, 64 plays 36. Nudgee, they've had all the opportunities in the world here. They've just been given the ball, because when we follow up and we look at the penalties conceded, TSS, it's the high tackles, it's the lack of breakdown etiquette. If they don't start tying that up, and I have no doubt in my mind that when they go to half-time, they're going to get quite the razzing from their coach about it. Yeah,
I think that's right. You've hit the nail on the head, Marty. It is mostly coming from Southport's inability to execute in these pressure moments.
We've got a little bit of a delay in play here. I'm not sure if there was medical going on, but we're finally back in action here. The clock is back on. 9 minutes to go. And big moment here for Blake Shoup. Line out throw in front of a capacity grandstand on the northern side. They're going to swing it through the hands now. They're going to put it out the back. Nudgee College going to work their way in. They're not happy with 3 points. Rangahuna puts in a bit of a kick into open space, but it'll sit closely down the back. Great covering tackle from Douglas. Stewart, box kicks. A little bit of a roll there, but Nudgee have got the players in place. They're going to swing it out wide. And what a run this is from Tupou. Mavoa will try and slow him down, and they're going to take him into touch. And what a great clash that was.
Yeah, that was some brilliant rugby there. Samisi Tupou putting on the footwork to get within 5 metres, but Tepeni Mavoa, the back rower, yeah, wonderful tackle to cover.
Well, I have to say the athleticism of Mavoa this match, he's been so strong and powerful in close contact, but he's also been able to lurk around those wings and do some damage as well.
There we see the lineup.
Bit of a risque set piece 5 metres out, but it'll work for TSS. Great run there from Blythe. Stewart puts it out the back. A little bit of a pokey kick there from Lalesio. Oh, and here's the danger man, Malala. He'll opt for contact. He'll get through. But it'll be a great tackle there from Butler to bring him down. In the hands, they're going to look wide. Nudgee have got a bit of room here. TSS really struggling to bring the man down. They're 4 metres out from the line. Hoffman calls Hughes, picking and driving on the menu here. Nudgee getting very close. They're going to keep trying to burrow in. And that'll be held up.
More wonderful defence from the Southport school. Tatau Capea getting the pat on the back as he gets up. A former rugby league superstar from the North Island, New Zealand last year.
Well, he did. He had to have a pretty hard job there trying to slow down Lachlan Campbell, the big front rower, from Nudgee. So he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, that's very right. But a pressure scrum for the Southport School and Nudgee College.
Well, this is for the sake of a try. This has been, I think, the closest that Nudgee have been in the last 27 minutes. Territory-wise, this is the best position they've been in to get a try. And that's a real credit to the Southport defence. Hunt. So a big scrum here for Nudgee College. Dwindling time, some 7.5 minutes left on the clock. Are they going to be able to secure more points? Time will tell, but it's going to be Phoenix Hunt to feed the scrum. Bit of a tap from Hunt. It'll go out the back. Hunt finds the captain, inside ball.
Brutal run
from Many. Oh, and the captain, he's looking a bit fancy there. Bit of a dummy. Good work there from Rangahuna. Nudgee. Still 6 metres out. TSS doing well in defence. Be a bit of a run there from Blake Shoup. Ball's in the back. They've broached the 5 metre line. Here goes the hooker, Cotton. Cotton will get pushed back onto the breakdown.
Very high in contact.
There's Jeffries. Jeffries gets within a foot. They're going to look. It's going to be very close, and it'll be a try.
Josh Dalcourt, possibly. We can't quite tell.
But that was the breakthrough that Nudgee College so desperately needed, Nick. They now extend their lead 8 points to 0, and They ground away for 28 minutes, but they finally got that elusive try.
Yeah, that's right. Josh Dalcourt diving over, showing his experience from last year's first 15. Nudgee finished second in that year, and he was a key part of that.
Obviously, you were at the replay. Dalcourt, you know, I have to say, he went in a little bit high, Nick, but I think the size and the drive he had behind him, it really got him there, and it was only a matter of time before they found an opening into that Southport defence. Southport they're giving away too many opportunities for Nudgee to have a crack in inside their own 22, and you know, it's a game of numbers. And if they keep doing it, the score's going to get bigger and bigger against them, so they're really going to have to try and finish this first half with a bit more patience, a little bit more better etiquette, I think would be the best way to describe it.
But on the flip side of that, Marty, we'll wait till Rangahuna takes his kick.
So Rangahuna, 22 out on the 15. Strikes. The crowd called it before the flags went up. That'll be Nudgee College extending their lead 10 points to 0.
So, Marty, as I was saying before, on the flip side of that point, if Southport can bring those numbers back, their defence has been very solid. We've seen them make their tackles. If Southport can just control that execution a little bit more, this result might be flipping in the second half.
Absolutely, Nick, and like I said, it's going to be a big 5 minutes for Southport. They've got to come into this half-time with something to show for it. Because at the moment, 10-0, that's a hard one to come back from into the second half. And it'll be great ball security here.
Samisi Tupou once again.
Great athleticism from the centre. And that'll be the try scorer, Dalcourt taking into contact.
Bullimore.
Hunt. Look at the wrist. Inside ball to find Many. We're going to use Jeffries now. The big tall timber from the second row. Some great penetrating attacks from Nudgee College here. They're really putting the pressure on the Southport school, and they're just etching them back slowly and slowly. But Southport, great work here. They might have turned over, but it'll be a penalty against them. Off his feet, calls Hoffman. And it comes back to that breakdown etiquette, Nick. TSS really dropping the ball on it.
Sad that all the great work from Southport was wasted in that situation. You know, they deserve that counter-arc.
Well, 3.5 minutes left on the clock. It's going to be a Nudgee line out. 28 metres from the Southport line, and I dare say they want to extend that out to 17 points. Shoop. Casually lobs it in, and they casually take it. Well done by Nudgee. Ball's at the back. Hunt. Crash ball, centre. TJ Many sitting at first receiver. It looks like it's a penalty against Southport. And that's a costly one from Lalesio there, tackling Tupou without the ball. Some great chat there from Hoffman, educating these young rugby superstars.
Yeah, throwing out some pearls of wisdom.
And it'll be the captain to try and extend the lead, Augustus Rangahuna. He's 2 from 2 thus far.
Potentially to seal 13-0 lead at halftime.
Rangahuna, 27 out. Strikes with the left boot. And that'll be unsuccessful. So Nudgee retaining their lead, 10 points to 0. It'll be a TSS restart in the dwindling minutes of the first half. And I really want to see TSS, Nick, do something here in the last 120 seconds. I want to see them try and go to the sheds.
Yeah, take advantage of the miss.
Oh, and that'll be unfortunate, but it'll be a charge down, and somehow TSS will hold on to it. They're done well here. They're going to try send it through the hands, but they're going to work their way out. towards the short side. Stewart. And that'll be a knock on here. TSS crumbling under this impressive Nudgee display, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been Southport's heart. They're a great rugby school, a great rugby team this year, but just haven't been able to put it together.
And it comes down to when you look at something like the handling errors, obviously 5 to 1. That's a massive difference in between the teams. And like I said, Nudgee across the board, as when we go to halftime, we're going to see it. There's a distinct trend that TSS are giving away a lot of free ball to Nudgee. And I guess at this level, you can't afford to do that. Quick ball from Small to find Hunt, who links up with the captain. Bit of a loose catch there from TJ Menny. You'll see the ball go down. Great pressure from Kapia. And we're very close here to halftime, but it'll be Southport School with a scrub.
I wonder if Southport can muster some points before the half. This will surely be final play. And Hoffman confirms. So final play.
This will be the last one. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. TSS going to look just for the quick out, or do you think they're going to try and mount a last-ditch effort to try and close the scores a bit? Time will tell. It's not on TSS's side here for the first half. Stewart puts it in. Great scrum from Nudgee. Puts the pressure on. We cartwheel a little counterclockwise. Stewart puts into the hands Dan Burns. But Malala, he's not satisfied with the 10-point lead. He's going to go hunting for more. Hunt at the back. Hunt swings it out. Finds Small. The ball's out wide now. Number 12, Menny puts in a little bit of a kick and it'll find the line. And Hoffman will blow that up. It's halftime here. Round 7, it's the match of the week between Nudgee and TSS. Add Nudgee, Nick, they're ahead 10 points to 0 against TSS. Was this the first half that you envisioned?
Not exactly. I did envision a few more points, a bit more running rugby. I didn't see that, but there's probably more to come in the second half. We have seen Southport come back early this year against Ipswich from a 17-0 halftime deficit. I'm pretty sure it was along those lines to come back and win the game.
Absolutely, and I spoke about it a few minutes ago, but when you look across the board for tackles missed, handling errors, turnovers and penalties conceded, Southport have just given so much away to the home side, and it reflects so accurately in the territory possession, about 70-30, and I think this is something they can remedy in the second half, and I honestly think coming into the home of Nudgee on Old Boys Day with such a huge crowd, it's probably playing with the minds of these boys a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. For a long time, Ross Oval's been called the graveyard of schoolboy first 15s, the premiership ambitions. So, yeah, you have to wonder if that is playing a part in the minds of Southport.
Well, I'm mostly concerned. Hoff has already warned. He says another high shot, we're going to see someone going to the bin. At the breakdown, I'm feeling like he's going to get to a breaking point there too, and at the next person who puts their hands into a breakdown, they could be seeing the penalty box for themselves. So TSS have got a large mountain ahead of them to scale, and they're really going to have to work hard to try and overcome it.
Yeah, that's right.
But it is half-time here. Nudgee College leading TSS 10 points to 0. It's a top-of-the-table clash here. Round 7 of the GPS rugby competition. It is half-time, and while all the boys get a bit of a break, we're also going to go to a break. But we're going to be back very shortly with the second half. Don't go anywhere. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the second half of our Round 7 Match of the Week. It's a double take production coming at you live across the social media feed, and it will be the home side, Nudgee, leading the visitors, TSS, 10 points to 0. My name is Martin Lippiett, and joining me here for the second half, once again, Nick Darvaniza. Welcome.
Thank you, Marty. Looking forward to the second half. I want to see if Southport can turn this around. They're in a bit of a hole with their turnovers, their penalties, even missed tackles. So if they can change that in the second half, they might put on a better show in the second.
Well, that's the thing. I think they've really got to dial it back a bit. They've got the defensive capabilities. That's fine, but it's those little 1% errors that they're making, trying to steal those at the ball at the breakdowns just a little bit too much. They're being a bit risque with some of their tackles. But this will be a great start, a thundering run there from Lalesio, the number 12 for Southport School. Stewart spins it wide, good kick there from Parada. But all it'll find is the Nudgee back line. They're giving it to one of the danger men, Willie Malala. Malala goes headstrong into Butler. The Butler will bounce him down. Hunt puts it in the hands of the captain. A wayward pass.
Yeah, not the start Nudgee would have been hoping for, but Southport will be licking their chops at a chance to attack from just outside the 22.
Well, absolutely, and we discussed this. I think the Southport team that we saw in the first half, they can't re-emerge in the second half, otherwise Nudgee are going to knock them out of the top position, and that will really hurt them. They've messed up their line out there. Great work from Malala. Cleans it up. Southport School, they're going to try and put the pressure on, get Nudgee to kick for exit. Hunt at the back. Hunt, he'll find the captain, Rangahuna. Rangahuna will go for the kick, and he won't find the metres that he wanted. So Southport getting another bite of the cherry, about 15 metres out. 15, 17 metres out from the Nudgee line. And a golden opportunity has presented itself here in the first 90 seconds for the Southport School.
That's right, with plenty of line-out options, well, you'd hope they'd be able to avoid the figure of Sam Jeffries at the front there.
McElroy, quite the cheeky play, but they'll work for them. They're going to swing it out. Parada offloads it, stray ball to the back here, and here's the danger man, Willie Malala, in front of the home crowd. He puts his head back and he strides his way down the field, and a big old dive, and that'll be 5 points for the fullback.
Yeah, Willie Malala loves that side of the field. We've seen a few runaway tries from him in his 3 years in the first 15. And what a way to make your comeback from a hamstring injury than to take the length of the field.
Absolutely, and I think there was no doubt about Malala's hamstrings in that. And we see here, I thought Southport were ahead of something there, and we were going to start seeing some great play from them. But Willie Malala, as we go to the replay, we talked about that defence speed, and he's just so hungry for the ball. Great pick up there, scoops it up, puts it into the right hand, puts the head back, constantly checking his blind side, his blind points, and he'll get the try, and there is one happy fullback.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it at the time, but as soon as he crossed the halfway, you just knew Willie Malala was going in to score. There was no one stopping him from that position.
Well, there wasn't, because Southport were in such a great attacking position that the idea of having players back for cover defence was not an option. And that'll be a great kick there from Augustus Rangahuna.
Stroking it over.
Nudgee, 17 points ahead of TSS's 0.
Marty, we've seen so many of these switches being brought into the Southport attack, but I think that's the third time that a switch play behind the line has bombed, and this time it's come back to haunt them.
Well, I think it's a sign that Nudgee, they've gotten very wise to the Southport act, and Southport, they're going to have to either adapt or they're going to become extinct. It'll be a very high restart. Very good, but Jeffries will get his hands on it. They're going to work their way down the far side. Good little run there from Many. Hunt from the back. Hunt will put it in the hands of Delacourt. Here they go. Nudgee. They're going to try and work their way out of their half, and it looks like it's going to be a fair strip there. Great work from the Southport school. They're going to hold on to it. Bit of a loose ball. They've got to maintain it. But here, a penalty against Nudgee.
And at this point, in the 40th minute, you have to think Southport need to switch on in attack. They can't afford to leave points on the field at this point of the game.
Well, hat really has to go off to Jack Butler there. He was 4-on-1, but he managed to get the strip and turn over, and thus we're seeing right now a opportunity for the Southport school again, but you know,
on the back of a fantastic kick from Campbell Parada from halfway to the 5-metre line. That's phenomenal.
And I have to say, they've got to be wary. Obviously, you've got players like Willie Malata, Shepherd, Tupou, and Many. They're all hungry and they're looking for opportunities. So any loose bouncing ball like that is going to get swept up. But here we go. On the rebuttal, good work from Stewart. He'll push it in, and we're going to see the forwards having a crack now.
Patience is the order of the day for Southport, you'd have to think.
It looks like advantage has gone to Southport school here. It looks like Nudgee might have been offside, Nick, as they come through. Stewart is going to work it down the far side. Great ball to find Parada. But we're going to come back to the initial penalty against Nudgee. They're offside. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what Southport school goes for here, Nick. Are they going to look for the 3? I don't think they can afford to. I think
that time has passed, mate. I think you're right. I reckon a scrum they'll go for. Set up an attacking platform, attack both ways, or at least threaten to attack both ways.
And it looks like Declan Day, he wants the points. I think something's better than nothing, and he knows that time isn't on their side right now, Nick. They've got under 30 minutes, and they're still 17 points behind. So I think Declan Day, he's just taking the points as he can find them, and you know, it's a safe option. It's a definite 3 points, because we have to say both teams today have shown very impressive defence. And the 2 tries that we've seen come across for Nudgee, one was a great pick and drive, but the other one from Willie Malala that was only a few minutes ago, really
against the run of play,
spontaneous, making the most of a bad situation. But Southport, they take the definite 3 points. They close the gap, 14 points now. 3 points plays 17, and it'll be Nudgee with a restart. And it looks like we have got some results from around Brisbane at half-time, Nick. And walk us through some of those real quickly.
Yeah, at half-time, Brisbane State High led BBC 12 points to 8 in a must-win game for them. And Toowoomba Grammar School are tied with with Gregory Terrace at the break, 14-14.
Big game up the range, and we're going to be eagerly anticipating the result of that. But we're going to come back. It was a bit of a fumble there from Willie Malala. And knocks it out on the full. And it looks like the Southport School have opted for the scrum option.
We're going to see Southport try and build a bit more of a rhythm. They kicked the points earlier, and now the time they're going to chase more points.
Well, I have to say, it's been a bit of a quieter half for them in the error count. Nick, in the last 7 minutes, I think they've definitely tried to dial it back a bit, just play some smart, sensible rugby, and I think it chimes in with that, taking the 3 points as opposed to being adventurous, looking for something more.
Yeah, just settling play down as they look to feed the scrum.
Stewart now. Oh, and a penalty against Nudgee. It's almost carbon copy of what TSS did in the first half. And it'll be a short arm, no more, no less, against the Nudgee School. Early engage. They're going to spread it wide here. Parada puts it into the hands of Lalesio. Stewart from the back. Plucks it out. An advantage again going to the Southport School. Looks like we've got offside. Nudgee players. No, not rolling away out of the breakdown.
Very promising signs for Southport to start the second half.
Well, I think this is the big thing. The Southport School, they've settled down now. This is real. We're behind on points, so you've got to start playing sensible rugby. I think Nudgee, they've still got a bit of fire in the belly, and it's hurting their game a bit. And that'll be a fantastic kick. from Campbell Parada.
Well, as we said before the break, Southport have been in this position before. Like, this 17-3 lead would seem very, very familiar to the Southport players, but they know how to come back.
Well, let's hope so for their sake, Nick. It's going to be their line out about, I say it's about 18 metres. My rangefinder eyes are correct, from the Nudgee try line. McElroy in front of a ruthless Nudgee crowd. They'll miss the line-out opportunity, and it'll be the captain, Rangahuna, kicking for touch, and he'll only get it about 23 metres out from their line. I'm sure the captain was hoping for more.
But we yet to see this battle between McElroy and the Nudgee forwards again.
On loose ball there, but TSS will get it out, but we're going to come back. It'll be a knock-on. Number 5, Angus Blythe, he just couldn't quite hold on to it, Nick, and Nudgee here. Bit of reprimand for the home side. They're going to get a scrum on their 22. Now, do you think they're going to try to battle it out, or do you think we're going to see them maybe kick for the exit again?
I think it would be very, very a good decision to clear the ball right now and try and turn the screws on Southport in their own half of the field. Because you look at the success of Nudgee in the first half was based so much on that territory and possession. So, getting the ball down the other end can't hurt.
Also, the big success of Nudgee was the fact that TSS felt very obliged to give away a lot of easy opportunities as well. And they really capitalised on it. They didn't miss a beat on it. And Nudgee are going to have to be careful here. Bit of a early push, but they'll steady it. Hunt feeds the ball. Nudgee push over convincingly. Small offloads it to find the number 12, Many.
Rangahuna back in the pocket, it seems.
Rangahuna, a little bit of a kick in play there. Goes up on his 22. It'll come down, but TSS will do very well. Many manhandles the man to the floor. TSS scramble. Stewart. Great work from the captain, Rangahuna. But it'll be in vain because he has not come through. The back of the breakdown, through the gates, as we tell the younger ones that are coming through. So here we go, Southport. A little bit timid, but being patient, and it's starting to pay dividends, Nick. We've almost exclusively been up in the Nudgee end of things for this whole game, and when you've got such a great kick in Campbell Parada, it's paying dividends for them.
It's been really quite special watching Campbell Parada. I believe still 15 years old.
And we see Hoffman there giving a bit of a hint to Augustus Rangahuna, saying a bit too many blue penalties going on there. Great line out from the visitors. McElroy does well. They're going to send it out through the hands, and a bustling run there from Kapia, and he'll go over.
Yeah, you look at trail of destruction left in his wake. We said before the game, Samisi Tupou on to Tautau Kapia would be one of the matchups of the match, and that's proved to be the case. Great try.
Absolutely. And, this is what I wanted to see from the Southport school, patience. They were patient. They're not trying to play the out muscle game with Nudgee right now. Let Nudgee play that game on their own. And Nudgee have given away several penalties now. And look what happens. With a good kick here from Parada, it's only going to be a 7-point ball game. And Stewart sends it out. Good hands from the backs. And just, you can't afford to let Tautau Kapia slip through 3 tackles. And that's what will happen with him. Such a powerful runner. He finds a lot of speed off very little space, Nick.
Yeah, that's right. Great combination of power and pace.
And Parada. He'll back it up with a great kick. Brings the margin to 7 points. Nudgee leading 17 points to TSS 10. And we've still got 22 and a half minutes of rugby here for a top-of-the-table clash.
And all of a sudden, bums on seats are starting to creep forward. It's going to be an exciting finish, it seems.
Well, the Nudgee crowd's gotten a little quieter also, Nick. It seems that there's a bit of ego bruising going on right now, getting a bit of schooling.
Yeah, to score a try in that fashion, gee.
And Rangahuna will kick high and deep inside the 22. Good kick way downtown. Oh, not the nicest of passes, but Rangahuna does well to hold on to it. He'll dance around 2 or 3, and then he'll take the ball closer to the halfway line. Oh, from the back there, that'll be Brodie Woodward jumping into the half-back position. Here they go now, trying to battle it through. There's Delacourt. Here goes the hooker, Cotton. Nudgee taking it back to basics now, picking and driving, and they're doing it very successfully. Southport, they're on the back foot. That'll be advantage there against Southport. Two players looking for the strip simultaneously. Bit of miscommunication here. Southport just etching back slowly. Nudgee doing a fantastic job.
No arms in the tackle. Gone against Phil McElroy. Can Nudgee strike back?
I'm wondering how long Hoffman's patience is going to last, Nick, because we've seen warnings go both ways. Nudgee giving away a few too scrappy penalties. TSS a few too many high, and the breakdowns and scrums have just been not very neat at all. And Hoffman, Rowan Hoffman, our referee today, showing a lot of class in governing some of these young men in what has been a very fierce competition, Nick. Obviously 17 points to 10. And I guess while we're here in a bit of time off, we're going to have a look at the territory. And we see, 55 plays 45 going towards Nudgee. And that's definitely leveled out a bit more since the first half. And I think that has something to do with a bit of the patience that TSS has been displaying.
That's right. Being able to just manoeuvre the ball back into the Nudgee half. As you see, Ethan Bullimore getting treated for a gash on the head. They bleed a lot, the head cuts. But once that's sorted out, we get play back underway.
Well, it seems to be a bit of a feature of this Nudgee side. We've got 3 or 4 players now with some nice strapping across the brow. But we're going to go back to play now. Hoffman will call time on. Shoot, feeds, they go up. Great hands from Delacourt. He'll onto a driving maul from the home side. And at the back, Shoop's got his hands on the ball. They're going to keep rolling through now. Great momentum from Nudgee. Advantage towards the home side. They're very close. Here comes Many. Hunt from the back. Finds the captain. They go out wide to danger end. Malala. Malala will try and find a gap, but he won't be so lucky. And here we go. A bit of a re-emergence here from the first half, Nick. They didn't come through the specific entry at the ruck. 1 and 5. That'll go against the captain, Declan Day, and Angus Blythe, the vice-captain. So we really need to lift the game here, but we're going to see Rangahuna. He'll kick for the line. I think they're pretty fair to say they're looking for 7 more points.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully they go back to that line out more, because that was spectacular work. Marching maybe 20 metres, would you say?
Oh, if not more. But the thing that was most impressive was the speed at which they all slotted into position, and Shoop was sitting at the back, carefree, safe, with a lot of drive underway. And a bit of a startle there. Shoop's got it at the back. He'll give it to Hunt. Driving maul, not the option. Quick ball. Finds Many. Loose ball at the back. Hunt dances around, but he will get... They're going to try hold him up, but at the prop, Lachlan Campbell will take the ball off his hands, and he'll charge it to 4 metres out from the try line. Here they go now. They're going to try and go for the pick and driving. It was so successful for them a few minutes ago, coming down the far side. They're going to try it. They're right near the post here. Nudgee, they're going to look. They're going to probe. Allamore has a good little hit himself. Jeffries over the top. Going off his feet. A bit dangerous there, but Nudgee will hold on to possession here.
Great physicality on show from both teams.
Southport, they're lowering the body height. They're going to have to get lower. Nudgee are getting very close here. We could see a held up. The ball's out. Doesn't matter how many serves or how nice a voice you put on. For standing right there, and it'll held up here, so it'll be a Nudgee scrum on the 5-metre line, and great defensive display here from the Southport school. There's still 18 minutes of rugby left, Nick, and I still think this could go any way. Yeah,
and there was a great defensive pattern there from Southport. They were able to hold out Nudgee for so many phases, and that's something they'll be able to take confidence on as the game progresses. They'll know we are able to hold out Nudgee on the pick and drive. Poor Lockie Campbell, the loose head prop for Nudgee College. I wanted to give him the try.
I think there's a little bit too much sympathy at times for props, Nick. You know, I think everyone kind of always the battler. The prop's always the battler. And you know, what about the second rowers? I think they're the unsung heroes. You know, they're the real workhorses in the scrum. But that's neither here nor there from a disjointed second rower at times. Declan Day getting some stern words there from Rowan Hoffman. Egan Siggs, I beg your pardon. And Hoffman doesn't like it too much when you get
very chatty like types, the props. Very chatty.
Like I said, the battlers apparently, but neither here nor there. Nudgee to feed the scrum. Phoenix Hunt. Hunt takes his time. And that'll be a penalty against Egan Siggs, lifting his knees there. And it looks like Nudgee, they're going to return back for the scrum. And I think a wise decision. Obviously, it looks like Southport, they've got some issues there. They've got a chatty front row. They're giving a few penalties away here and there in the scrum. So Nudgee, smart play there, playing up on a bit of weakness there for Southport.
Yeah, looking to just test Ron Hoffman's patience just a little bit more as the game progresses and taking valuable minutes off the clock.
Clear skies here at Ross Oval, the home of Nudgee Rugby. And like you said, Nick, the graveyard for premiership hopefuls in years past. I have to say, it lives up to the reputation. Such a phenomenal crowd has turned out here for Old Boys Day. And I think that it's really made. There's a phenomenal atmosphere out here. And, you know, when you see that sea of blue blazers over on the far side, really impressive display from the home side, I have to say.
And we'll see the Blue Blazers very happy if Nudgee can score here.
Phoenix Hunt, familiar position here, feeds the scrum on the 5-metre line. Nudgee, good nudge at the back. Joseph Small offloads it. They're going to look to the by side. And here comes the big man, Willie Malala, in front of the old boys and the current boys. He'll go over for another blistering run. And I don't want to say there should always be, you know, the corner of your mind and the corner of your vision keeping an eye on Willie Malala. But from the angle that he came at, he started that run as soon as that ball came out of that scrum. Brilliant set piece from Nudgee.
Athlete as well as we go back to the replay.
It starts off, they get the extra player here, and Malala knew instinctively where he had to go. He took that harsh, straight line, and I think it caught the drifting Southport defence off guard, and Nudgee 22 points to 10 with a kick from Rangahuna. 23 metres out, 5 metres in from the sideline. Big kick here for the left-hander. We've got a bit of breeze here this afternoon also. Rangahuna strikes.
Across the face one more time. He's had his struggles this year, Rangahuna.
Well, the boys in blue, I think, behind him were a little premature in that one. Premature celebration. But it'll be Nudgee College leading TSS here. Top of the table clash. 22 points to 10. 56 minutes down. 13 minutes remaining. Great restart from TSS. Angus Blythe lurking, but Jeffries will take the ball.
No sure character, Angus Blythe. That's a very impressive effort from Jeffries.
Bit of an option here. Dan Burns, he'll put the kick up high. It'll go down the throat of Rangahuna. Rangahuna, captain's run indeed. Tato Kapia there, he'll bring the man down. I think Kapia might have a bit of an injury. That'll be the centre. Tato Kapia down. Not sure what he's done, but he looks like he's in a bit of agony there. Play will continue around him. Rangahuna sends it away from the man down. A bit of a loose ball, a bit of a flicker. Somehow gets into the hands of Parada. Parada puts a kick in. There's no one back there waiting. The ball rolling away. 5 metre line. Rangahuna puts in a kick of his own.
Probably should have let that one roll into the goal line area, I would have thought. Take the drop out.
That'll be time off here. Looks like Tautau Kapia might be in a bit of trouble.
He's had such a wonderful year, Tautau Kapia. Scored 2 tries in Southport's last game, a 67-7 win over Brisbane Grammar School at Brisbane Grammar.
I think it's fair saying, I think a few people might have scored 2 tries in that game.
Yeah, that's right. Dan Burns was another one, scored 2.
So, obviously, we've got some medical attention going on in the background here. 12 and a half minutes left on the clock, Nick.
And it's safe to say, Marty, Southport need to be the team to score next.
Well, they've got possession right now. 12 and a half minutes. I've seen more than 12 points scored in 12 and a half minutes by any one team. I guess Nudgee, they're going to have to stay... I don't know, they can't get ahead of themselves. They're going to have to keep their eyes on the prize here and make sure that they just limiting this Southport team from getting anywhere. And we can see some great spontaneous rugby there. I'm not sure how Campbell Parada found that ball when he did, but a fantastic kick, put the pressure on the captain, Augustus Rangahuna, and we find ourselves in this position. McElroy, another cheeky little line out, him and Angus Blythe. Very nostalgic of a scene from semi-pro when Jackie Moon didn't really want the ball and he kind of kept throwing it back. But anyway, and here goes Mavoa. Ted Stewart swings it out. Quick defence again, and it's going to be into the hands here of Dovey. Dovey goes in the inside, back towards his support. Smart play there from the winger, but they can't keep him down. Dovey, a wild pass, it'll find into the hands of Dan Burns. Great continuity from the Southport school. Picking and driving on the far side.
Samuel Dobbs looks like substitute prop.
Stewart sends it out, finds Parada. Parada goes out to the back, he finds Dowd. Dowd, they've got some space out wide. And it's going to be the second rower, Jack Butler, to go across for a try. And we can see Southport school, they're not wasting a beat here, Nick. They are getting back into formation. They're going to get that ball to Parada and hit this kick as soon as he can. Let Southport know time is not their friend and they need to be making the most of it.
And you say second rowers are the workmen. Did you see Jack Butler out there on the wing?
But you hear me saying, oh, second rower finally getting the try. No, second rower doing the job, getting it done. And look at that, he's not hanging around for any celebration. He's right back into the back. You go to the replay here at Southport. They're playing fast rugby now, Nick. They know it. They've got to do it. They've got to be resourceful. And we see Nudgee, they're waning a bit. I talked about how they can't get complacent, and I think complacent they got. And out on the wing, Jack Butler. He'll get that important 5 points. And Parada will be looking to try and add a few more points to the tally.
We've seen a lot of tries second rows from Southport this year. Angus Blythe's normally a serial pest in that left corner. This time it's Butler.
Hard conditions here for Parada. An involved Nudgee crowd. Parada
strikes it.
And that'll be flags up. That's first class rugby. Parada nearly taking out our cameraman. Good on you, Willie. You protected the camera, mate. Good on you.
Well, Marty, neither of these teams have finished outside the top 3 in the last 10 years, and this is why they don't give up. They keep fighting.
Here we go. Rangahuna, the captain, he'll put a kick up, send it well into TSS territory. From the back, Parada. And Parada, did he find some line?
Yeah, it's been a kicking masterclass in the West Australian fly half.
35 metres. Western Australia. Probably got a bit of AFL in that blood, I imagine.
Could well be.
Shoop now. Very important line out here for Nudgee. They need to complete this set piece. A lot of pressure on Jeffries at the front, who's been very strong at the number 2 position. And Jeffries, Fawkes is at the front, but it'll be safe at the back. Joseph Cotton taking the ball. Inside ball now. Good run from the number 8, Joseph Small. Here they come now. Nudgee picking and driving. It was effective. Great counter work there from the captain, Declan Day. Pushes it over the top of the breakdown. Here's a run now from Delacour. Southport, they've got to be patient and try and wait for the opportunity. Here goes Jeffrey. He will crawl his way over the 40-metre line. Joseph Cotton. Southport having to work really hard here. Jack Butler will complete it. Jack Butler waits. Looks like he was about to start the 100-metre race there with that defensive effort. Nudgee grinding their way into Southport territory. 25 metres. We haven't seen much play from the backs. It looks like it's the grinding forwards that are getting the job done. Hunt patiently waits at the back. The forwards, as long as they're going forward, he's happy. Looks like he's going to go again. This will be getting well into the teens for the phase play for these Nudgee forwards. And they're going to keep driving, but here we go. The calls come from Southport. They're going to try hold him up. Ball will go down, and here we go. What a fantastic effort from Southport, Nick. And I have to say, Nudgee, they kept trying to rattle that sabre, and eventually they dropped the ball very badly there. And I think not a great call from Phoenix Hunt. I think he should have maybe said, now that's enough. We've worked it forward a little bit too much in the forwards. We should have maybe sent it out to the backs.
Yeah, I think you're right, Marty.
And, you know, like, even in your senior rugby, that's a huge amount of phase play for just forwards to do. Those guys, they worked it forward 30 metres, and we saw their stamina started to wane, and they started just working towards the centre of the field, and then Southport turned it over. 8 minutes on the clock. 7 minutes. Well, we're pretty spot on here with what we're seeing on the monitors. Big 7 minutes. Now, Southport, Nick, they can come back strong here. I tried, they tie it up. Convert it, they take the lead. Stewart wastes no time. He comes from the back. I want to hold on to this ball now. Here comes Burns. Burns, a little high, but Hoff, he's fine with it. Stewart. Here's the number 8, Mavoa. But Nudgee here, they're giving away. Silly penalty, going off their feet.
Both sides can hear the church bells ringing. A loss here would effectively rule them out of contention for the 2016 GPS First 15 Premiership.
Well, you know exactly what that... I mean, the thing is, Nudgee, they've got a devilish couple of weeks ahead of them as well. They need this so they can stay alive. TSS, who have they got in the next 2 weeks, Nick?
They've got State High in round 9, which is going to be taping up... No, they don't. I beg your pardon. I'll have to check who they've got next. I'll let you down, Marty.
Mate, I don't know if we can come back from that.
Just
here we go. Good run from Lalesio. Stewart. TSS, they're going to be patient now. They're going to work their way up slowly. Here's Mavoa. Stewart. Puts it out. Good little inside step from the prop and captain, Declan Day. And he will crash his way just short of the halfway line. There you go. Oh, great hands there. It goes out wide. It's going to be into the fullback. Max Dowd's hands. Offloads it. Somehow finds Alessio. Some quick footwork from Dovey now. Dovey, he's still going. They can't stop him. Dovey, he's just going to keep going left and right. But Burns will drop the ball. It won't be a knock on. Southport will be a knock on. What a great effort from Cohen Dovey. Just kept sliding away from defenders.
Oh, Marty, we said at halftime break that Southport had points left in them in the second half, and that's exactly why. Like, fantastic run by the right winger.
And with 4.5 minutes to go here, I dare say Nudgee are going to try and hold on to this one and slowly work it up the field. But I'm fearful that if they try and list the forwards to that same pick and drive routine that they've done 2 or 3 times already this match successfully, they're getting tired, Nick. And we've seen Southport are getting wary of it, and they turned over the ball last time. So Nudgee have got a very tough 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes now of possession. Attention. Hunt feeds, good scrum from the home side at the back. They offload it. Back in a touch. Rangahuna sends it downtown. Big hit! Onto the number 11, Dan Burns.
Absolutely perfect from Augustus Rangahuna.
Great kick here.
That's got the crowd fired up.
Sorry if I burst your eardrums at home, ladies and gentlemen. You cut the air with a knife. Massive work here from both sides. TSS holding on by a thread. They're going to try and make an impression here. They need to make an impression. 3 minutes 20 on the clock. Looks like we've got a bit of an injury there for Nudgee. I'm not sure who it is, but they're grabbing the ankle. Here comes TSS, and that'll be a drop. It'll be a knock on.
Anxiously requesting, do we have time, sir?
3 minutes left on the clock, and I think in these 3 minutes we've got an injury, a bit of an injury cloud here for one of the Nudgee players. He's getting medical in the background. 3 minutes left, and what an anxious 3 minutes this will be for both sides.
Big ones in both camps. Seasoned fighting stuff. And in these young footballers' careers, this might be the moment they remember forever.
You sound like every schoolgirl at her formal, Nick. It's the biggest night of our lives. But I know what you mean, Nick. This is big rugby for these boys. And, for a lot of these guys, and the majority of them, they probably won't move on to, big Super Rugby careers. So when are you going to get to play rugby in such a massive environment like this? There's probably at least 2,000 people scattered around this venue right now, and it's such a big atmosphere, and these boys have played such a brilliant 67 minutes of rugby. They've got 3 minutes left, and I still don't know who's going to come out the victor in this, because there's only 5 points the difference. Phoenix Hunt. Phoenix Hunt at the back. He puts the feed in. The ball will go to the back there. Phoenix Hunt, he'll pick it up. But penalty going against Southport. They're not pushing straight in the scrum. And I don't want to say that's a big nail in the coffin, but with 2 minutes left on the clock, Nick, that's really pushing the boundaries. And with a great kick from Rangahuna. Not a great kick. It won't go out. And here comes the danger man, Cohen Dovey. Southport's hopes alive. 1 minuscule beat at a time here. We're down to the third last minute here. They're going to have to work really hard, Southport school. It's going to be a grind. Stewart gets it out. Offloads it. Bit of loose rugby down the far side.
Sam Dobb on the carry.
Does very well, Dobb. He'll take it into a strong position. Stewart spins it out. They're not wasting any time here. And
it won't go unpunished.
Well, I think the big thing is this will be a penalty against Nudgee. They interfered with Campbell Parada as he was coming through here, and Hoff saw it straight away and didn't even blink an eyelid and said, nah, not on. So, and we've seen this a few times in the last few weeks, Nick. It's coming down to this last minute. And
the quick tap. The scrum and the line, not so reliable for Southport. They're going to take it back to basics.
Taking it back. It's going to be school little boys rugby. The tap and go.
The Queensland schoolboys stand up.
Offloads it. Got a substitution here. The number 20. He's breaking through here. Great meters. But he's on his own. He doesn't have the support. Southport now. They are so close. Bit of a loose ball. They're going to have to pick it up here. Here's the danger man, Butler. He's already done it once from the wing. He goes himself. Safe rugby from the second rower. Here they come now. Southport School in the face of an impressive Nudgee team. They're going to have to work so hard here. Cohen will be held up. But I'm not sure what's happened here on the screen. Looks like we've got penalty.
Offside.
Joseph Cotton offside. Yes.
Yeah, last year's Queensland Under-15s representative Joe Cotton.
This is unbelievable. We are getting close to complete full time here. And Southport School, they're lining up an attack. They're going to send it out. Parada puts it into the hands of the centre. Safe hands from Kapia. Back from injury. He looks like he's okay. He's doing it for the team. Massive plays here for the Southport School. Good run there from the captain, Declan Day. It'll be stripped up. Mavoa will get precious meters. Stewart swings it out. Bit of a dangerous pass. Parada's got it. Here they go. Butler on the outside. And Nudgee will send him over the sideline. And that could be it. And that will be Nudgee in front of the big home crowd. Have downed the formidable TSS. TSS so close.
So close.
I saw Butler on the wing. I thought, he's not going to do it again, is he? But what an impressive display from both teams. Such regimented rugby. And
it's the finish, Marty, that a game like this deserved. Two almost undefeated teams, or two teams tied for first place, 3 weeks remaining. To come down to the wire like this was a very fitting end.
And that will see TSS. They're not going to be sitting up in the first place with everyone else anymore.
No, heartbreak on the faces of Southport players, supporters, students.
I'm a little bit speechless here. What a fantastic finish. And I thought Nudgee might have just let it get away from them by giving away those tries in the dying seconds there. But
yeah, there was a weight of inevitability to Southport scoring that final play. I thought there was no way really that, from so close, from such short range.
Imagine the pressure on Parada.
Yeah, that's right. If they did score the try in the
that would have been huge. But it'll be Nudgee coming across with a fantastic win, 22 points to 17 here. And I'm sure we're going to be getting, very soon, we'll be getting some feedback on how the games across the Greater Brisbane area have gone, Nick. But we're going to have a look at statistics for now. And obviously we can see, I think it's fair to say that when you look at the penalties and turnovers conceded, the handling errors and the missed tackles, TSS did provide the majority of them, and it really gave Nudgee too many opportunities to get points. And I have to say, for me, my man of the match would have to be Willie Malala. He was just so powerful from the back. He would just come in like a bat out of hell and just would barge through and just be seemingly untackleable.
Yeah, he's a Queensland schoolboys winger for a reason, Marty. He's got such an ability to generate power and pace from quite a lithe frame. So he's able to slip between tackles as well as lower the shoulder.
Absolutely, and we can see a lot of sighs of relief there for the Nudgee outfit, who had a sensational 70 minutes of rugby, and we've got some results, Nick, to run us through them.
That's right. Gregory Terrace have survived what must have been a thriller 24-21 win over Toowoomba Grammar School up the range. Brisbane State High School defeated Brisbane Grammar School 33-21. And in the final round of the match, Brisbane Boys College have defeated Churchie 29-14.
So that sounds like a very tough one for the Toowoomba Grammar boys, but it sounds like once again taking a top-class team right to finish.
That's right. It's been the story of their season, Toowoomba Grammar School. They've had so many short losses, including to Southport School in round one.
Well, David Afonte and the boys, they're doing a fantastic job up there. I'm sure they'll be coming back hard again next week. But story of the round, it'll be Nudgee knocking Southport off the top position here, and 22 points to 17. Nudgee will move ahead to first place. They'll stay in first place with the Southport school. Obviously, a fantastic effort from the boys, but it just wasn't enough to get them over the line, Nick.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, sadly,
we see here assembling in front of their home crowd. Like you said, Nick, there'll be a lot of very special memories here for these Nudgee boys that will go on for many years, I imagine, when they become old boys themselves, and they'll be back watching the very same boys do the same routine all over again.
the students paying their respect to their first 15, victorious over the Southport School, 22 to 17.
Absolutely, and the sea of blue now floods the field in what has been a fantastic match. Before we wrap this show up, let's have a look at some of the defining moments of this fantastic victory. And we see here some great defence from
Penny Marvo, the number 8.
Southport School. They did a fantastic job, but Augustus Rangahuna, such a fundamental player in the Nudgee attack. His kicking game was just so on point today, Nick, and also he had such a influential role in how the game played out through the backs. And we see here it was this early try, the first try of the match, that went to Josh Delacourt. Did a fantastic job.
Yeah, that's right. Returning first 15 player, showing experience there, driving over the line when his team needed him the most.
They're going to move through now. Great work from the TSS guys. They were a little later to respond, but it started with Tautau Kapia, who, in my mind, Nick, he had a very good game, very strong runner of the ball, and I think he was one of the guys that really ignited the fire underneath the TSS team for them to have that great fight back in the second half.
That's right. Of course, Nudgee did reply through Willie Malala. Great right foot step there and accelerating to the line. Unstoppable from that range.
I really like how Malala, the entirety of the game, he ran a very fast, straight game, and that's the way he attacks, and we see it right here. He was looking straight through for that opportunity, and the moment he saw it, scoops it up effortlessly, strides away, and that cloud of doubt about his hamstring, I think, was blown away with the cool Westerlies that we've got here today. And as we see now, Southport School, they came out wide, and it'll be the second rower, Jack Butler, going through. Very, very good try there from the Southport School, and we saw them, they rallied really quickly here, and they were trying to look for something. This was one of my favourite moments. It was when the ball was just kept alive so well, and here it is from Cohen Dovey. Cohen Dovey dodged about half a dozen of the Nudgee defenders, and he found just so much available space and offloads it to Burns. Burns wasn't able to hold on too good, but it kept Southport in the game, Nick.
Yeah, that's right. Phenomenal play.
And we see here just an absolutely crunching tackle from the outside centre, Semsi Tupou. It was absolutely brilliant, and we see here they had a last-ditch opportunity on the wing, but it wasn't meant to be. TSS have not progressed through with the win. Nudgee have, and Nudgee will remain on top. Grand Finals hopes still very much intact. So, Nick, what an absolutely brilliant conclusion of this game.
Yeah, an astounding finish to a very deserving match.
Absolutely.
We just knew Southport weren't going to take a 17-0 loss in that first half.
Well, they had it in them to respond, and they did their very best, but I think it might have just been a little bit too little too late for them. They'll be back to the drawing boards. You know, we can't say that they're fully out of finals contention because we don't know what's going to happen in the next few weeks, but Nudgee have definitely pulled it more towards their favour, I feel. Well, Nick, that's game finish time, mate. Thank you very much for joining us here for this match.
Thank you, Marty.
I think we're going to be looking forward to your company again in the following weeks. Once again, guys, this has been a double take production. We will be coming live to you next week as well for our Round 8 clash. So make sure you do tune in for that. My name is Martin Lippiett. Thank you and good afternoon.